Princess Glory is a wellness coach and a nutritionist. I've been very passionate about food for so long that I decided to set up my own business talking about food and how food helps people to get well. I'm also a detox specialist as well, and I've been doing wellness coaching for over 5 years. Today's talk is about reducing inflammation in the body and pain as well. Next week, I will be talking about lupus and a Black woman. From my research, I realized that lupus is a disease that affects mainly women and also Black women especially. So next week, we'll be focusing on that. Lupus is also another type of inflammation that affects people, but you'll see a different type of that next week. And we're also going to be talking about arthritis the following week. And then after that, we'll be talking about Lyme disease. Lots of people probably do have Lyme disease, but they don't realize it. So just a few things before I start. The services that Glory Edward Nutrition offers are one, health consultation and scan. I also have essential oils. I have my body and skincare products. I do seminars and workshops for schools, for churches. I also have a meal plan service that I offer and ready meal service as well as cooking classes. What will we be learning today? We'll be talking about inflammation, the causes of inflammation, the types of inflammation, chronic inflammation. I will also be highlighting inflammation in your lungs and in your brain, how inflammation affects you with eating of sugar, also how radiation can cause inflammation in your body, and the foods that you can eat that will help inflammation, as well as foods that you can eat that would increase inflammation in your system. Just before I start, I just wanted to mention quickly the body scan I do. The body scan I do is a scan that scans all organs of your body, will scan your teeth, your brain, your bones, your emotions. And also, we also do a food scan to tell you the food that your body is requiring as well. If anyone wanted to take the opportunity to do the scan or to invite their friend or give it to them as a Father's Day gift, you're fine to do so. Till the end of May, I've got a promotion of 10% off. So if you do want to buy it as a gift for someone, it'll be nice to do so. So what do we need to know about inflammation? What is inflammation? Inflammation is your body's defense or way of protecting your body against harmful things that irritate your body. The picture on the screen actually tells us all the different parts of the body where people could have inflammation. You could have it at the side, you could have it on your neck. I've seen a couple of my clients having it around their neck and also below their back as well. Many people sometimes have it in their knee, in their shoulder, in their elbow. And this inflammation is as a result of the foods that we're eating. So what is inflammation? Inflammation always happens as a result of injury. So if you've ever had an injury or you fell, the first thing that happens is that you find that your body swells up in that area and then blood rushes to that area. So if you did have a cut, you would find blood flowing as well as swelling. So sometimes people have inflammation when they have burns on their skin. So that obviously damages their skin as well. People have inflammation when they have colds, flus, and bronchitis and other common illnesses that relate to inflammation or the immune system. Sometimes your immune system could respond to life-threatening things or any sickness or disease, and by so doing, your body gets inflamed. For people that react to nuts, for example, the first thing that you find if they eat nuts is that their face will swell or their mouth will swell or their throat will swell. So that's that your body's telling you that something foreign is coming. So there are different types of signs of inflammation. Sometimes you have pain. So if you have pain in any part of your body, like the part I've just shown earlier, that shows that you have an inflammation. Sometimes you could feel heat in that area as well. Sometimes you could find that the place is swollen and also a bit of redness. And sometimes it's just maybe massive swelling as well, or loss of function in that particular area. For some people, they would notice that they've got inflammation because there's redness, or that place becomes very hot, or that place has a big swelling as well, or big and serious pain. And like I said earlier, loss of function. Also, last week we were talking about leaky gut. Leaky gut is also another kind of inflammation as well. And it links to brain fog or autoimmune disease, anxiety, depression, stress as well. So what are the types of inflammation? There are two types that I can think of. And the first one is acute inflammation, and the second one is chronic inflammation. So acute inflammation is inflammation that causes tonsillitis. So for some people, they have that, they have to take out their tonsils. And also joint pain. You have joint pain in your elbow or in your knee or in your ankle. Also, acute inflammation could be inflammation of the bowel as well. And sometimes when you have inflammation in your head, you have headaches, sometimes a little bit of swelling or bit of heat. And also acute inflammation can be in the form of body pains. Chronic inflammation is when inflammation is very, very increased in your body. And that happens, when that happens, you tend to find that you've got arthritis or arthritis is beginning to develop. Sometimes people have bowel disease, and that's obviously as a result of inflammation in their colon. Some people have joint disease. This is as a result of chronic inflammation. Inflammation has become so much in your system that you start to have pain in your joints, and that could lead to joint disease. Also, some people have skin diseases that's as a result of chronic inflammation. Do you have inflammation or chronic inflammation? How would you know? You sometimes have chronic pain, low energy, frequent headaches, chronic allergies. For some people that I have seen, they have chronic allergies, like people allergic to apples, and obviously causes problems. People allergic to foods, rice, people allergic to nuts, people allergic to milk, and so many different things. Also, chronic inflammation can be linked to high blood pressure as well as brain fog. So what causes chronic inflammation? We have chronic stress, you're going through stress. I met a customer this week, and she was telling me that because she wasn't in talking terms with her daughter, that raised her blood pressure. And not only that, she was crying all night, she couldn't sleep. Her stress levels were so high that, we actually said to her, we don't even know why you're still alive, because the stress level was really high. Also, chronic inflammation can be as a result of eating inflammatory diets, unhealthy gut, or taking birth control pills, or over-exercising as well can lead to chronic inflammation. So what are the causes of chronic inflammation? Mild but chronic allergies to food. Sometimes food, you become very sensitive to different types of food. I always like to tell my story about my rice incident, where I had rice, and within 20 minutes of eating rice, I had swelling in my knee. It took 6 weeks to come down. So I had to literally do a detox to make sure that I've taken out everything from my system. So also inflammation can be caused as a result of disruption to your system, to your microbiome, which is to do with your gut. Also, chronic inflammation can result as a result of food that you eat, or water, or additives in food, or heavy metals or toxins in your body. Dietary supplements or dietary changes can also cause inflammation if you keep having lots of sugar in your diet. Sometimes eating a lot of fruits that contain sugar can also cause inflammation in your system. Chronic stress can lead to inflammation as well. Chronic inflammation can cause the following diseases. It can cause joint pain, it can cause cancer, it can cause irritable bowel syndrome, it can cause allergies, congestive heart failure, heart disease, arthritis, obesity, tumors, skin disorders, type 2 diabetes, and Alzheimer's as well. So what are the things that trigger chronic inflammation? One of the things that trigger inflammation, like we said earlier, is stress. Also, infections like viruses, bacteria, yeast. And when I do the scan, the first scan I do is actually the virus scan, and then the bacteria as well as yeast. So those are the things that causing inflammation in people's body. I also do a scan that identifies pesticides as well, heavy metals, and also toxins. So chronic inflammation is as a result of pesticides in your food. I met a customer last week that had so much pesticide in her system, not because she was doing something wrong, but she was eating a lot of fruits and vegetables that was not washed people wash their fruits with vinegar and stuff, but we do have a product that we sell that helps you to wash your products so that you're not taking in pesticide as well as taking in your good fruits or your vegetables that's supposed to be healthy. So again, pesticide can cause problems to your system. Toxic things from the product that you use can cause problems as well. I did a scan recently for a customer, and she had lots of chemicals from the body cream was going into our blood. So when you use your body cream as well, just always remember that those creams are going straight into your blood as you apply them on your skin. And in more serious cases like diabetes, blood pressure, asthma, cancer, depression, Alzheimer's, those things are also a result of inflammation. So major causes of inflammation include poor diets. For many of us, especially for those of the Black community, I have noticed that many people eat the same things. So for so many people, they probably like to eat rice. They say, oh, I love my jollof rice, so I have to have jollof rice at least 2 or 3 times a week. And sometimes when they have that, they're not having vegetables or anything. They're just having it plain because it's really nice. So you will obviously be building a lot of inflammation in your system that will result into serious problems in future. So other causes of chronic inflammation, again, is sleep, which I will be mentioning a little bit about later on. Excess stress, we've talked about already, insulin resistance, and also eating lots of sugar. So chronic illness, finding out that you have blood that leaks into your urine, blood flushes out a lot of antibodies as well. Inflammatory disease can also affect your bones, which could cause osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis as well. And muscular inflammation can result from injury or isolated injury as well. So what is brain inflammation? Brain inflammation can be linked to a couple of health problems, including depression, anxiety, fibromyalgia, epilepsy, HIV, diabetes, neurodegenerative diseases, as well as Parkinson's disease. So what are the symptoms of brain swelling, or what we will call inflammation? 1 is headaches, 2 is dizziness, 3, memory loss. Memory loss. 4, you could get inability to walk or difficulty speaking, seizures, loss of consciousness, neck pain, vomiting, nausea as well. How does inflammation in the brain affect you? It affects you because you're not able to sleep, or sometimes it affects your sleep. Lack of sleep can cause part of your brain to slow down or to shut down. I was looking at this picture today, and I see a couple of people that I've seen with this sort of thing, where you have one eye looking very big and the other eye drooping. Over time, if you're not having sleep or you're having inflammation in your brain, you will notice your eyes becoming smaller. So if you see anyone that their eyes is looking funny, just know that 1, they might have inflammation in their head, or they are not sleeping. So what are the things that can affect you that makes you know that you probably have inflammation? 1, you get tingling in your hands, in your legs. You get tightness over the affected area, fluctuation in blood pressure, thinning of the skin, stabbing or sharp pains as well. When you have gluten-filled foods like rice, pasta, or those grains, it affects the blood flow to your brain, and that obviously will cause more problems to your system. Okay, what are the diseases that are linked to inflammation? Again, breast cancer, lung cancer, arthritis and joint pain, obesity, infections, eye disorders, allergies, diabetes are linked to inflammation. Last week we talked about gut health, and this week I just wanted to mention that when you have gut inflammation, some of the signs that you know that your gut is inflamed is that you have cramps in your stomach, you have diarrhea, Some people have heartburn, some people have constipation, chronic fatigue. Sometimes you have skin rashes, aching joints, anxiety, depression, acne, candida, which we talked about last week, allergies, and also IBS. Some diseases, again, like we said, are linked to chronic inflammation, include cancer. We've mentioned that so many times today, and autoimmune disease as well. So 8 ways chronic inflammation could be damaging your body. 1, memory loss. I've found that most of my clients, when I scan them, one of the things I notice is that people that are not sleeping or have inflammation find it difficult to remember things. And I say to them, do you forget things? And they're like, yeah, I do. I forget what I went to the kitchen to get, or what I was planning to do. So again, one of the things that chronic inflammation does to your system is that it makes you forget things. And also loss of muscle tone, weight gain, skin sagging, increased cardiovascular risk, as well as compromised digestive function. These are some of the things that happens to your body when your body is inflamed. I just want to quickly mention how radiation can cause inflammation. For many of us, we are guilty of this, putting on. And I said to her, have you been putting your phone on your bed? And she says, how do you know? I said, because I just did a scan and it pointed out to me that your phone is always on your bed. So one of the things that causes inflammation as well is radiation from your laptop, from your phone, from your Wi-Fi in your home, from satellite, from your tablet, from your computer, and also from the microwave. So if you keep exposing yourself to these things that I just mentioned, you would obviously be getting inflammation as well. And so what are some of the things that you need to check before you go to bed? You need to check that your phone is off. You can put it on airplane mode. You need to turn off the breaker power to your room. You also need to move away from walls with outlets. So if you have your sockets next to your bed, try your best to make sure you cover it up. One product, we have a product, I forgot to put it on, that we sell. It's called the EMF dots. You can put them on your phone. You could also put them on your laptop. That would also reduce radiation coming to your system. I would also recommend that you plug out your Wi-Fi maybe at 11 o'clock at night and switch it back on at 7 a.m. in the morning. That will help to reduce the radiation that's coming to your room or into your house. And that would also help to reduce inflammation as well. So some of the sources of inflammation, again, are lights, metal plumbing, power lines from underground stations. So people that live near underground station as well could be affected by serious radiation as well. Electric clocks or radios can also bring radiation to your home or to your room. Lamps containing electricity, wiring, computer monitors also. So my recommendation: to protect yourself, unplug them in your room, use charcoal to reduce toxicity. And we've got a product that contains charcoal or activated charcoal. It's called Nitox. That will help to reduce the toxin in your system as well. Use grounding sheet or earthing sheets. Use the dots, like I said, the EMF dots. That will really, really help to reduce the radiation coming to your system. The next thing I wanted to talk about is sugar and how sugar increases inflammation in your system. For many of us, we love our fruits. I know I'm starting from fruits because a lot of people take fruits, and there are a lot of fruits that have high sugar content. For example, pineapple. So if you eat pineapple every day, you spike your sugar level as well. If you've got diabetes, that will make it increase. For those people that eat a lot of rice, jollof rice, a plate of jollof rice without any meat or anything is about 25 cubes of sugar. So I recommend that for men, you take less than 9 cubes of sugar a day, and for women, 6 cubes of sugar a day. One of the reasons why is because sugar causes a lot of inflammation in your system, and over time will reduce the collagen in your skin, and also result in acne, as well as eczema. Foods that cause inflammation, just wanted to mention a few of them. The first one is meat. The second is milk, dairy, cheese. Third thing that causes inflammation in your system is fried foods. For many people, they don't realize it, but many people are beginning to develop fatty liver as a result of eating fried meat, fried chicken, fried foods, basically fried potato and things like that. So that's one of the foods that cause the most inflammation, fried food. And not only that, they affect your liver a lot. Alcohol is also another inflammatory food or thing that people take. Bacon, eating bacon or eating, food with fat will cause that as well. Foods that I recommend that you avoid include white sugar, red meat, sweeteners, and peanuts. This evening, she said to me, "Oh, well, but peanuts are good." And I said, yes, it's good. But if you have inflammation in your lungs, or you have problems with your lungs, or it just makes it worse. And I've had situations where I've had peanuts. This week, I tried cashew nuts. And as soon as I tried it, I started to have phlegms. So that's one way your body can tell you that this thing that you're eating is not good for you. So please do avoid MSG, avoid eating corn. So corn is not good for you, whether the corn in the cob or corn in the can. It causes inflammation in your system. Eating foods that contain a lot of artificial chemicals. Putting a lot of salt in your food, and we recommend, and we always tell our clients not to use Maggi cube. You can use Knorr, but to a certain extent, do not use Maggi. The one I'm calling Maggi is the Maggi Star. So please do not use that. Increase a lot of sodium in your system. So what are some of the spices that will help with inflammation? You could use black pepper, you can use cayenne pepper, cinnamon, parsley, rosemary, sage, turmeric. You can use those spices, and that will help too. You can eat that can help fight inflammation: papaya, avocado, seed oil is good, ginger, blueberries, chia seeds, celery, turmeric is also very good as well. Eating melon is good to help, eating lemons as well. Kale, garlic, green tea and flax seeds are good to fight inflammation. Some of the things I want you to avoid are gluten, so rice, pasta. Try your best to avoid them. There are other alternatives that will help you if you already have issues with pain in your joints or inflammation. If you use sunflower oil, I would suggest you change to different type of oil. You can use avocado oil. But sunflower oil, corn oil is a no-no, because that will cause a lot of inflammation in your system as well. And processed meats, milk, dairy, syrup, fizzy drinks, they'll cause inflammation. So please avoid them. And what are my tips to help with inflammation? Stretch and move your body. Use the stairs instead of using the lifts. Hydrate properly by drinking lots of water. It's very important that you drink as much water as you can, as your body can take. You can try your best to try for 5 liters a day. To help you with that, you can put things inside like, lemons. You can put fruits in the water to flavor the water. That will help to increase the drinking of the water. But I recommend that you do at least 5 liters a day. Eat plenty of B vitamin foods. Eat lots of blueberries. Avoid food that cause inflammation. Take deep breaths. Get plenty of vitamin C from your fruits. Laugh more, as well as eat dark chocolate once in a while. So drink plenty of water. Take time to rest and sleep. Those are small things that you can do to help your inflammation. Also, reduce your stress by improving your sleep. That will help inflammation. I just wanted to speak a little bit about sleep, and that will be the end of my talk tonight. In terms of sleep, to increase your sleep, we already told you about the radiation coming from your computers and stuff. Please turn off your electronics, 30 minutes before bed, switch off all artificial lights, so that will ensure that you have deep sleep, and also will help your metabolism as well. Distress by meditating, walking, listening to music, or playing meditation songs, and that will help as well. Take a shower before you go to bed, that will help you to sleep. What are some other things that happen when you are not sleeping as much as you can, or as much as you should? Lack of sleep will impair your memory as well. You'll begin to have brain fog. Lack of sleep will make you to get reactions, you're not able to control yourself in certain situations. Also, lack of sleep will make you prone to stroke. So it gives you a higher tendency to get stroke. So when you sleep 6 hours or less at night, your chances of having stroke is 4 times more. And also increases your chances of developing diabetes. So lack of sleep will increase your chance of developing diabetes. Also, lack of sleep or more sleep will increase your chances of getting brain problems. And it also affects your neurotransmitters as well. It also affects your mood. Not sleeping 8 hours or more a night increases your risk of breast cancer. So please try your best to sleep as much as you can. And if you do need to take naps during the day, it's also good to do that. Sleep deprivation also increases your risk of having heart attacks, blood pressure, as well as weight gain. Just the last thing I want to recommend is that for those people that have had inflammation or know someone that have inflammation, I would recommend you do a detox. You could do a mini detox. Our mini detox program is 4 products that we sell, and that will take out some of the inflammation. One of my customers told me today that as soon as she took these products, her pain went, and she's had that pain for so long that she even had an appointment with the doctor. But when she took these products, her pain was gone and she had to cancel the appointment. Thank you so much for listening to my talk tonight. If you would like to contact me, my email address is on the screen, gloryedward21@gmail.com. My Instagram page, Glory Edward Nutrition, Glory Edward Organic, and Chef Imani's Kitchen. Those are our Instagram handle. Our website is gloryedwardorganic.com. And if you do like to contact me or ask further questions, the link to do so is on the chat, as well as that number. You can call as well. I just want to go through the stuff on the chat before we call it a night. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Sorry that we started late. I don't think I have any questions, but if anyone has any questions, you can ask now. Thank you very much.